to be doing some modifications to the bus, and I'm going to be adding a new charge controller, and I'm going to be adding a new outside plate, which I'll show you in a second, and I'll take you along with me. Let's go ahead and get started on this. Get the doors open here. What I'm going to be doing is changing out this wooden plate that I put on, which was temporary anyway. I'm going to put an aluminum, which will cover from down here all the way up to where I'm adding the two new pass-throughs here for the second charge controller. So that'll take that off and drill out the charge controller and put everything in. Put the plate on, new aluminum plate, and it'll be good there. Let's go into the mess in here. And this is my electrical. And my original charge controller is the Victron 130, 100 volts, 30 amps. And the new one I'm putting in is right here, which is just a small PMW or PWM, whatever it is. So that's going to be going in. I already have it hooked up to the battery. And right now we've got 13.4 volts in the batteries. Let's check over here and see. And that says 13.3, so who knows? It's close. So I'm in the process of doing a lot of modifications, and we got traffic going by. So this is the next thing we'll be doing. I did put an access panel in here, which I've got to finish off, so I can get back in around if I need to some of the stuff that's in there. And so when I start getting materials in, I'll carry you along with me. Alright, I'm going to be taking this off and these off, adding another set of these above this, but I'm going to replace it with an aluminum plate. So let's get started. Definitely in there tight. And of course all our sealant has to come off. It was kind of a hack job because I was in a hurry. So it's not the best. So I'm going to see if I can move it a little bit. Cut this out a little bit more. Just have to decide what I actually need. Sure. There we go. Of course, this is my shore power. There we go. Again, this was temporary, so now it's on to something better. Well, I've got one out, but it's so tight in there That bottom one is right at the floor. I got them in there, but I must have put them in before I put the floor in, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to be working at it. I broke one of the insulators, so I ordered another set. Anyway, these are worn out and brittle, so ordered another set, and once I get this one out, I'll start cutting the plate, well, measuring and cutting the plate to cover all that up, so it'll be nice and neat, and we'll go from there. I knew this was going to be the toughest mod, so I decided to do this one first. Now what we'll do is get all this old glue and stuff off. And we're going to reshape this. We're going to cover this. We're going to add 2 more up here. I'm going to raise these up so I can get to them easier. Well, it doesn't matter because I'll be able to take this plate off. But I want to make sure I get the plate watertight. I hit a beam right here because I made my hole too big. So I'm not going to have to shift this way any because it fit in here pretty good. And if I do, I'll shift it just a 1/4 inch. This is probably going to come up a little bit, and then we'll see what it is, see where it fits. Here's the piece of aluminum I have. It's an 084 pre-painted white, and what I've done is I've added some transfer tape on here and some tape here. And what I'll do is I'll get it up here where I want it and trim it to fit where I want it. So it'll probably be something about like that, and then of course I'll trim it off here at the top. I'll be laying this out inside. I'll take you with me. As soon as the cars start going by, I'm going to lay it out inside. So come on with me. Okay, now we're going to be adding our box location, and we're also going to be adding the pass-throughs, bulkhead pass-throughs, for your positive, negative coming from solar panels. So let's get that started. The first one is going to be 2 3/4 from the bottom, and then we're going to go to 4 5/8, 4 5/8, and then 6 inches to the bottom of the box. So we'll put the box here, just as a reference. And now we know the box is 3 3/4. So we'll go up 3 3/4. As you can see, I very seldom use the number 1. 3 3/4, which put the box top right there. Let's see if we're correct. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Now what we're going to do is measure from here, box bottom, to the top pass-through, which is 1 inch, 1 3/8. So we're going to go up 1 3/8 right here, and then between them we have 1 7/8. 1 7/8. So we'll go 1 7/8 up to here, and then we've got 2 3/4. So we'll go up the same distance to make it even. And that's the top of the plate. So we'll cut this much off. I wasn't sure. Oh, and it's very, very hot. I'm inside the bus, and it's steaming outside. So excuse any sweat that might come out. Let's flip this over and see what we've got here. We've got 3 5/8. So we'll do 3 5/8. 3 5/8. For any kids that may be watching this that are in school, stay in school and learn math, because math is in everything you do, no matter what it is. And just a little straight edge right here. again, that's where it will be cut off. I'll cut that off before I do much else here. So that's where they're going to go. Oh, I've got to find the center of this yet. So we know that is in just about 3/4, maybe just a little bit more. So let's come up from the bottom, 3/4, right there, and we know this is 2-inch, so that would be an inch more. Let's go an inch more. Let's make sure that's an inch. Yeah, like I say, I don't like using that end of the tape measure. Can't see the numbers. So this right here should be center of plug. And right here. Alright, so now all I gotta do is get my holes drilled, which I'll bring you along when I start. I've got to show you here. There's a, I don't know if you can see it or not. Whoops, let me see. There we go. Right there. There it is. So that will go towards the metal, so I've got to drill the outside diameter of it, which is, outside diameter is a 1/2 inch. So we'll make these. Half-inch holes, typical for all the 4 holes. If you haven't noticed, I kind of use some draftsman terms. I used to be a draftsman a long time ago, way before computers. Alright, so next step is get over in the shade and find my hole saws, wherever that may be. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. I've got to go find it. And we'll drill all our holes. So we know we got to drill one here, 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 and here. That gives us those 4. And then we'll cut that off. Alright. Little by little, it's getting there. So this will be the replacement plate for that ugly hole out there. Like I said, I was in a hurry. And it was hard to get to, hard to measure, but I made it work. And sometimes you have to just make it work for now. Alright, I'll bring you back after I get that cut off and start cutting some holes. Thanks for sticking with me.